Okay, so it's late at night, and I'm out here with my wife's Blazer, and I'm doing a timing chain on this thing, and I'm trying to get some information on this thing. I've got a Mitchell on demand computer, so I can look it up. But I looked around on YouTube, and I noticed that no one has ever done this year model timing chain. This is a 1999 timing chain. And what I was looking for was I was looking to see if anybody has done one of these without removing the oil pan. Okay, and what I'm finding is that people, what they're doing is they're trying to get away from having to remove the oil pan on this thing, and what happens is it ends up leaking right here, right at the place where the timing chain, the oil pan, and the engine block go together in those little cracks, a little come on, focus, those little sharp areas right down there. You can see, well, my camera won't focus that far. Anyway, you can see it right there. But the reason I'm doing a timing chain on this thing is because, as you know in my last video, I had to get a salvage title for this vehicle, which means I have to get it re-inspected, retitled, and you know, all that crap. Well, this thing had set a check engine code a while back, just before she got in a wreck, and I never really looked at it. As it turns out, what's wrong with this thing is this year model vehicle doesn't have a timing adjustment on it, as far as moving the distributor and adjusting the valve timing through moving the distributor, or spark timing. As you can see, this thing is just super worn, man. It's got 160,000 miles on it. You can see the play in that chain right there on that side, and see the play on this side. There's actually enough play there that I believe that just daily driving this thing, it could jump a tooth. I honestly believe that the life expectancy of this of this chain has reached its end. So, but I'm going to go ahead and show everybody how to do this. Everyone that I've been talking to says, well, you have to pull the motor out. Well, I've done these before. I haven't done this year model, but I've pulled the oil pans off these things without pulling the engine out, okay? I'm not 100% that I'm going to be able to do that, but I'm going to attempt to do it. And I've already got the oil pan loose and everything. It's just hanging on there right now, but obviously I'm going to have to move some stuff. And what I'm going to try to do is lift the engine up high enough to get the oil pan. I'll drop the oil pump and try to get the oil pan out of there without removing the engine out. If I can't do it without removing the engine, which I think I can, but if I can't, then I'm going to have to, I'm just going to go ahead and rebuild the engine. I'm just going to go ahead and tear this son of a bitch down and just rebuild it, because I ain't jacking around with it. I see that gear back there in the back. That's actually a knock dampener, okay? That prevents engine knock. There's a harmonic, that's a harmonic balancing shaft that goes through there, that goes all the way through the lifter valley. And supposedly, and it works. I mean, it actually, when they had a problem with this engine knocking, and so they decided that they were going to put this was going to be the fix, that they put a harmonic dampener to run off the cam assembly, and that would dampen the noise, and it did. It worked. I mean, those guys are genius. So, but it's not really that big a deal. This is really just basic mechanic stuff, doing this work. What happens with this system is when you get slack in the timing chain, like you see here, there's no adjustment. So the computer sees that the timing's out, right? But there's no adjustment, so it sets a check engine light. And then you have to go through the procedures of finding out if there's a faulty sensor, or if there's something wrong with the computer, a wire, whatever. You have to go through all those procedures, and then the last step is your timing chain needs to be replaced. So again, it's got 160,000 miles on it, and this one is past its life expectancy. So we're going to be looking at replacing this timing chain. I will show how to do this, and I will explain how I got this thing out of here, how I got the oil pan off this thing without removing the engine, because I've done it before. So it wasn't this year model. I think I did it on a 98 model, and I had a lift, and I didn't have a spinal injury. So those things do make a difference when you're trying to do this kind of work. But I've got to do it. No one's going to do it for me. So I'm going to gear up to get this done. And Scott, if you see this video, brother, I have done nothing to the boat. And if I have to pull this engine out of here and rebuild this engine, I can guarantee this boat will not be ready in April. That's just not going to happen. So this is what we're looking at. We're looking at pulling this timing set off of here. I've already got the new one. I've got the pan. I've got the oil pan loose. I've got the, the funny thing is about this is when you start doing this thing, you got to take this part off to get to that part, and then you got to take that part off to get to this part. What you're looking right here is the oil filter housing. I had to take it off so I could get to the bolts to loosen the oil pan. And I'm not one of those people that just starts squirting silicone everywhere, hoping that hoping that that's going to fix the problem, because I am a professional, and I don't like having to do something twice, man. So we're going to look at getting this done and seeing what it's going to take to do it. Ought to be a lot of fun, and we'll get this thing all cleaned up and painted and put back together, and then we'll give it back to the wife, and we'll get a big smiley face and a big old kiss. All right, guys, that's all I got for now. I'll keep you in touch on this thing. Tomorrow, when the light's shining, it's late right now. I just got back from Victoria, so I had to run my stepson down there on a job site. So I got that, and then come back. I was working on this. I had done this today, and then I had to drive him to Victoria, which is about let's see, I left at 2 p.m. and I got back at 11. So do the math. 9-hour round trip. So anyway, yeah, that's where we're at. I didn't have to take off any of this crap to get to this. I didn't have to take off the alternator bracket on that side. I didn't have to take off the air conditioning brackets, the power steering pump bracket. I didn't have to remove any of that stuff to get to this thing. So I just had to take the fan housing, the fan shroud off, which is just a few bolts. I even left the radiator still in here. There's plenty of room to grab that chain with my puller and pull that pulley off there. So yeah, that's what we're looking at. There goes my light. That's what we're looking at. I still have to, you can see this thing's still out of time. There's the mark on the top up there. So I got to turn it 180 and set this thing in time, and then I'll pull that gear off there, and we'll get to taking the oil pan off and see what it's going to take. Alright guys, that's all I got for now, everybody. Peace, and I'm out. Stop filming, you son of a...